Greetings! After enduring a seemingly endless string of delays, including 2 Florida hurricane strikes, the long Artemis launch nightmare is finally over. The highly successful liftoff of the massive SLS rocket came early on Wednesday morning at 1:47 a.m. Eastern Time. We offer our heartiest congratulations to all involved in the spectacular start to a challenging 4-week mission. Unsurprisingly, the countdown was marked by hiccups that required the launch team to resolve nagging issues, postponing T0 by just 43 minutes. A red team of technicians was needed to tighten packing nuts on a leaky hydrogen replenishment valve in the mobile launcher, adding a touch of human drama to the count. The range needed to replace a failed Ethernet switch and was praised by NASA for their efficiency in restoring their system. Who knew that a simple piece of internet electronics would play a key role in the launch? Perhaps the happiest surprise was the uninterrupted progression of critical milestones during the terminal count. The SLS rocket's performance appears to have been close to perfection. Manager Mike Sarafin said the SLS delivered the Orion capsule to the intended orbit with precision. The actual orbit of 972 by 16 miles was almost identical to the planned 975 by 16-mile orbit. At the post-launch press conference, 3 minor funnies were noted: dropouts on some SLS development flight instrumentation readings, a need to manually activate a star tracker when a false indication prevented automatic startup, and sluggish microswitch indications of the latching of Solar Array Wing 3. And now, enjoy this replay of the incredible Artemis 1 launch.
Counting down to liftoff of Orion on its maiden voyage to the moon. Launch team can no longer recycle the count. Sound suppressor water now flowing
15.
under the ML. And here we go.
10.
Hydrogen burn-off igniters initiate. 7, 6, 5. 4-stage engine start. 3, 2, 1. Boosters in ignition. And liftoff of Artemis 1. We rise together back to the moon and beyond.
All 4 RS-25 engines on the core stage and 2 solid rocket boosters now propelling the vehicle at 128 miles per hour. Hearing good control on the roll from teams in Mission Control Houston. All good calls so far. Now 30 seconds into the flight of Artemis 1. First milestone will be for the vehicle to pass through max Q at about 1 minute and 9 seconds into launch. This is the greatest period of atmospheric force on the rocket. SLS now traveling 607 miles per hour. You're looking at 8.8 million pounds of maximum thrust. Quiet here in the loops in Mission Control. The 4 core stage engines are throttling down ahead of passing through max Q. Now 1 minute, 21 seconds into the flight, traveling at 1,420 miles per hour. The 4 core stage engines are back at maximum thrust. The next major milestone will be for the solid rocket boosters to cut off and jettison at about 2 minutes and 11 seconds into the flight, so about 30 seconds from now. Again, quiet here in Mission Control Houston as teams continue monitoring the flight of Artemis 1. We're now 16 miles downrange from the launch pad at Kennedy Space Center, traveling over 2,800 miles per hour. Standing by for solid rocket booster jettison and shortly thereafter. Confirmation that the solid rocket boosters have separated, these 177-foot boosters. Now the core stage continues to power the flight of Orion, all four RS-25 engines firing, traveling over 3,400 miles per hour, 46 miles downrange. 2 minutes and 36 seconds into the flight. Hearing nominal calls here in Mission Control Houston. We've still got 4 good engines on the core stage. Next up, we'll be looking for the service module fairing to separate. This is 3 15 by 15-foot fairing panels, providing structural support, protecting the service module. Those will separate at about 3 minutes and 11 seconds into flight, and very shortly thereafter will be followed by the launch abort system separation. Just over 3 minutes into the flight of Artemis 1, now traveling over 4,060 miles per hour, 83 miles downrange. We just had confirmation that the service module fairing has separated. And that the launch abort system pyros have fired, separating those from Orion as well. For future crew members, we just heard the call for 3-engine press, meaning if SLS were to lose an engine at this point in the mission, we could still achieve a nominal mission. We would just have an extended main engine cutoff time. However, we still have 4 good engines, all at maximum thrust right now, powering the first flight of Artemis at 5,200 miles per hour, 148 miles downrange.